So don't let this idea of my baked goods aren't Instagram ready or aren't like the baked goods of so and so and so on Instagram or on Facebook or wherever. Don't let that stop you from baking the things that will already make a difference in people's lives. Which is about your baked goods. Do they need to be perfect before you can start selling them? And how do you know if they are good enough to sell? I want you to think back to the first baked goods that you ever ate. It was probably something that your mom baked for you, or your gran, or an aunt, or even a sibling, or whoever. Think back to those first memories that you have of baked goods. Were they perfect? Were they all neat and polished with 90-degree angles and super professional, beautifully decorated or whatever? Probably not, right? But does that mean that they weren't valuable to you? No, not at all. Because if it tastes good and if it makes you feel better, it has value. Your baking does not have to be perfect before it will mean something to people. Because baking is not about perfection. Baking is about family. Baking is about comfort. It's about indulgence and about joy, things like that. Brain surgery is absolutely about perfection. Accounting, definitely about perfection. But baked goods, the point of baked goods is not for them to be perfect. The point for them is to taste fantastic and to make you happy. That is the point of baked goods. So don't let this idea of my baked goods aren't Instagram ready or aren't like the baked goods of so and so and so on Instagram or on Facebook or wherever. Don't let that stop you from baking the things that will already make a difference in people's lives. Baked goods have this magical ability to make us feel better and it's like eating a hug, right? It just gives you perspective on life and makes you know that everything is going to be okay. So don't withhold that experience from people because you are so busy criticizing yourself and what your baked goods look like. Okay? It doesn't have to be perfect before it will mean something to people. Now, of course, it has to taste good and it doesn't have to look perfect at all. Of course, it just needs to look neat. If it looks like a giant mess, it is going to be harder to sell it, right? So there is a fine balance. The appearance doesn't not matter at all. It does matter a little bit. The taste is the most important thing by far because that's what people remember at the end of the day. So the way that you can figure out if your baked goods are good enough to sell is not by looking on Instagram, because your clients don't have the same expectations as your baking heroes on Instagram. No one expects you to, your clients at least, they're not following millions of bakers on Instagram. That's what you do. That's what I do. We are constantly looking at other bakers on Instagram. They don't do the same thing. They just want something nice and tasty that will be special to them, special to their family, and that they can enjoy together and, make them happy. That's what they're looking for. Your goal is to bake 10% better than your clients can. Not 10% better than your Instagram idols. That's irrelevant. It's about your client's experience and what they think of your baked goods, not what you think. Okay, so what you can do is to organize a blind taste tasting. You can do it at your house or wherever. Make about 4 different baked goods and invite people in advance. I would say 10 people maximum. Yes, 10 people is a good one. And then you can print out, you can create little rating sheets for them. Give one section for taste, one section for texture, and one section for appearance. Ask them to rate it out of 10. And then in each category, in appearance and taste and texture. And then also write why. Give them an opportunity, a few lines to write why they gave it that score. This way you'll know, okay, this thing tastes delicious and the texture is awesome. The flavor is great, the texture is great, but the appearance needs a bit of work. Right, so you have invited people to your blind taste testing. You've baked your 4 different treats. Give them a score sheet for each different bake. So if you have 10 people coming and you have 4 different baked goods, print out 40 of those scoring sheets. All right. And then lay everything out for them on a table, and then you disappear. Okay, you can give them a box to put their scoring sheets into at the end when they are done. and they shouldn't write their names on it at all. People are way more honest when they have the protection of anonymity. Leave them be so they can eat everything in peace and score everything. And then afterwards, you can just check out all the rating sheets and figure out which baked goods you need to improve and what exactly you need to improve. Then you know what you need to work on. And if your scores for a bake is like, anything above 7 really is good enough to sell. Yes. So there you have it. That's how you know if your baked goods are good enough to sell.